Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee, and I hope you're having a very blessed day, blessed week, blessed month, blessed year. Let's just go for the year, shall we? So anyways, hey, y'all. I hope you're doing well. And we are going to be Bible journaling today in Psalm 133. The title here says, when brothers or sisters dwell in unity. This is part of the Song of Ascents that David wrote. And the first verse says, behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers or sisters dwell in unity. It is like the precious oil on the head running down on the beard, and on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It's like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. So this page is going to be called Unity, and I'm using this printable, y'all, I don't know where I got this from. Don't know where I got it from. And it says, life is better with friends. And so I just printed this out. This was in one of my folders titled Ladies. I have a folder titled Ladies. And whenever I see pictures of just ladies together, I stick it in that folder. And this was one of them. So I just printed it out and cut it out. Again, maybe y'all might recognize this, but you can just find any picture of girls together or brothers together or families together, whatever you want. But I am going to title it Unity, and I am going to be using a technique, and I don't even know how Diane did this. Diane Noble did like a live, and I missed the pajama party that she did this in, but she was using tissue paper on her page. You can use Kleenex, tissue paper, toilet paper. I'm going to be actually using the backing from one of my napkins. I have a ton of napkins, so I'm going to be using this. So since it's Christmas time, or getting to be Christmas time, you're probably going to get a lot of tissue paper, things like this. So here is, these are one of the plies from the back of your napkins. So if you have napkins, you can definitely use these as well. That's what I will be using today. I don't know how she put it on her page, so we're going to kind of go with it and flow with it and see how this works. Who knows? But yeah, let's get crafting. So again, we're in Psalm 133. It's talking all about unity. And unfortunately, okay, I'm going to tear this first because I think I want it to kind of, no, I don't know, come in like this. Oops. And out. And in and down or something along this line. I'm going to be scrunching it up, and I might actually add more, but we'll see. So I have my clear gesso and some water over here and a brush. So I have a little bit of water and a brush, a couple brushes, and I'm going to just stick this right here. I'm going to dip this in. This gesso is almost gone, so I don't mind using it. I did prep my page already, but this is kind of prepping it again. I'm going to be using a lot of liquid on this page, I think. So we're going to kind of fool with this. Now, what I'm doing right now is just kind of bunching up this tissue paper onto the paper. I put some wet down on the back, and now I'm going over the top. It's kind of like decoupaging napkins, but I am deliberately now squishing this because I want this texture. See, I want that. So I want these crinkles and bumps and lumps and all of that. So this is another great way to get your frustrations out. Just be like, jam it all down. Rhyme or reason, it doesn't matter. I kind of wanted it in this like wavy kind of shape. That's why I'm doing it this way. And I do not like that black there. That was from the edge of the napkin. So I'm just going to tear that off. And you just kind of squish some more in there. And by gessoing it, it's going to harden, hopefully. It's going to harden this napkin. Let me grab a little bit more water. I don't know. This is, trial and error. We're just going to kind of see how it goes. But this is going to give some great texture to the page. So I just loved this. I think I've done this before, and I just kind of forgot about it over the years and time. And I really don't like that black. Let's get rid of this. It's that edge of the napkin right there. We'll just kind of tear that part off. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you can use a ton of different mediums on your paper. You can just squish it down with your fingers. I'm putting gesso on top to seal it, as well as hopefully it'll help it harden as it dries. And get these really cool lumps and bumps and textures. And let's get rid of this black over here. But since this page is talking about unity and I've seen some people do some pages on, you know, like soul sisters and having friends. And since this says life is better with friends, this really got me thinking about being a woman in today's society, I guess. Let me grab another little piece because I want this to kind of, what do I want it to do? Just some more down here. And again, you can just tear. It is not even going to matter because you won't see all these tears because it's just going to be all bunched up like so. Okay, so we got that one there. So as I was saying, what was I saying? Being a woman in today's society. Let's see, I want this one to kind of come up like a big hump and then go back down. I don't know. Kind of tearing it the way I want it to go, and then we'll figure it out. Oh, that's a little too big. I'm going to mush it up though, so. We'll see. We'll have that coming there. But I don't know about y'all. I'm trying to talk and craft at the same time. Y'all know that's like a near impossible job for me. First of all, let's just update y'all on what's been going on. Things have been getting a little bit better. Woohoo! A little bit better. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, y'all, I think. But, you know, as soon as I say that, I should probably not say anything because, you know, as soon as you say something like that, that's when all heck starts breaking loose again. So I might not want to jinx myself, but I am feeling a lot better health-wise. I am feeling a lot better mental-wise. We're getting there. It's only been a year, y'all. Just a little old year. No biggie. I'm going to add some more little pieces here. And quite a year it has been. But, you know, it is what it is. And so I think things are perhaps going on an upswing. We shall see. We shall see. But, you know, whether they are or not, I'm feeling better. So that's a big plus. My Achilles is almost completely healed. I have been doing hard rehab, y'all. At least an hour and a half to 2 hours every day in the gym, which has been tough and been grueling, but I've been doing it and it's been keeping me in shape, which is another plus. Let me see what else. I don't know. I guess that's about it. You know, feeling healthier. Healthier is a big thing. So I don't want to ever take my health for granted again because dang, that was, you know, brutal year for health. I'm not one to get sick very often, but this year was whew. But yeah, so that's being caught up. And then the other thing, I'm going to have to watch this video, y'all, because I want to make sure it doesn't turn off. The other thing is this, I wanted to talk about this page about friendships and girlfriends, I guess. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time making friends. I always have. I've always kind of marched to my own drum. I never was one to join the gang of people and all dress the same or, I don't know, follow the crowd or whatever it may be, which isn't a bad thing. Like if you've got a group of friends and y'all like, you know, like, oh, let's all wear the same outfit or whatever. That's great. I just never got into that or really even had friends who were into that. So you know, I never kind of did things like that. But just going along those lines, I've been talking to a lot of people lately who they've all been saying the same, that it's really hard to meet people these days. I don't know if it's just because of the society we live in now with all, you know, the social media. Nobody wants to like go out anymore. Nobody wants to, I guess, even meet in person anymore. Or everything's like online. Everything is media oriented. Everything is, I don't know, you know, computers. Nothing's in real life anymore. Nothing's in IRL anymore. And I've been talking to a lot of people who've been saying that they've been having a really hard time, you know, keeping friendships, making friends, as well as, just put this down here, as well as, you know, establishing close friendships. And I can attest to that as well. My whole life, I've never really had any like really close girlfriends. You know, one or two here or there. Like I'll have like one or two really good friends. But it's hard. It's hard making friends, especially when you're raising children and you're trying to run your household and everyone's busy with jobs and all that kind of thing. So I just really wanted to talk about that today, and how even though, number one, we always have a friend in Jesus, for sure. I mean, we can always talk to Jesus. But I know for me, it's like, okay, yeah, I can talk to you, Jesus, but I need some flesh and blood. I need someone who I can like cry on their shoulder, or someone there for you when you really need it, or whatever, whether it's your husband or, you know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever it may be. Let me put that to the side. We're going to have to dry this. So I'll talk while we dry. Hopefully you can hear me over the heating tool. But yeah, we have to dry between every single layer here because we're going to add a lot of water and watercolors. So grab I have my metallic watercolors that we're going to use. And again, I don't know how Diane did hers. I just saw that she used tissue paper on her page, and I was like, oh, cool, I want to do that and fool around with this. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. But let's get this all dry. It's going to get all wet again with the watercolor. I'm not sure if she did it this way and then added watercolor, or watercolor and then this, but I'm going to do it this way and we'll see what happens. But talking about girlfriends or friends in general, I know guys have a hard time establishing friendships. Women have a hard time. Everyone's having a hard time. My son's even having a hard time as a younger kid in today's society making friends, other than people that you work with or hang out with every day. It's really hard to establish really good friendships unless you've been friends with people like from grade school or high school or college and you're still friends with them. I mean, I've moved so much throughout my life that I really don't keep in contact with people from my childhood or even college, really. And then by moving, a lot of times, you know, you kind of lose track of people, and it's unfortunate, but it happens, you know. And I'm very bad about contacting people. If I don't see people on a regular basis, I kind of get sidetracked and lazy about like keeping up with people who I haven't kept up with in a while. Woo, look at that. Be careful so you don't burn your tissue paper. I got a little too close there and burned it a little, but that's okay. It'll be covered with color. So be careful you don't burn your tissue paper. As I'm talking, I'm kind of not rushing what I'm doing. You got to keep this heating tool moving. It gets very hot. But look at this. Oh, y'all, if you can feel this texture, oh, I love it. Y'all know me. I'm like a texture type person, a sensory type person. And that texture is just delicious. Look at that on your page. Woo-hoo. Love it. So here's our verse. So I'm going to try to keep this kind of clear right there. But let's grab the watercolors. Let's see what happens here. Making a mess. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe y'all can leave comments. I don't know if you all have issues, or, you know, it's a little bit more difficult for you to make friends as well. I know I have difficulty making good, close girlfriends. Sometimes it's hard, you know, so if that's you as well, you're not the only one in that boat. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to use here. I think I'm going to use this color. Maybe that color. Maybe that color. maybe that color. Because I'm going to go off these colors, like these lavenders and like these kind of like maroonish kind of colors. That kind of matches. And that kind of matches, like silvers and coppers and such. So let's start with this lighter color here. Oh yeah, and this is metallic or pearlescent metallic watercolors. So I'm going to kind of just go down the sides here and dab it on. Now it helps that this is dried first. So you definitely are going to want to dry your tissue paper because it's going to get wet again and it'll just turn into a soggy old mess if you don't. So I'm just kind of slopping this color on to the tissue paper in different areas because I'm going to cover the other areas with other colors. So it'll all be covered. Hopefully, we'll see. But ooh, I love this. And I'm going to put some water on here, let it just kind of run where it may. Willy-nilly, run where it may want to go. Okay, and I'm going to do the same over here. I just keep dabbing my brush in water and back into the watercolor because I want it to be flowy and runny. And I might just put it here to the side and like kind of let it flow down, flow in areas. Where's my paper towel? Where'd it go? I am making a mess here on the table. I need to clean that up. But already it's got a shimmer and shine to it. Woohoo! We all know I love that. Diane did hers with like all the fall colors. It was beautiful. So thanks, Diane, for the inspiration. This is fun. It's fun just messing with like a whole bunch of other mediums. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to try to hold my Bible up and keep it on film and paint at the same time. So I'm going to kind of have this drip from the top. Across. I hope y'all can see that on camera. I'm just letting it, whoop, that one's going down the crease here, which isn't bad, but I don't want it to go all the way down. Okay. So we're just going to let this drip. Drip, 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 drip. And if you want to drip more, put more water on. It's hard to hold this up and paint at the same time and keep it on camera. Ooh, there we go. Let that drip. Okay, I don't want that much. There we go. And just direct the water if you don't want it to go as far down as it was going. I'm going to put some along sides here, and then I'm gonna turn this over and do the same thing at the bottom. We're gonna have these drip up or down or whatever direction we're going now. But yeah, leave comments if y'all are having issues, you know, making girlfriends or, you know, I know sometimes I feel like a lot of people in today's society are kind of very lonely. Because we live in that society again where we're living in an era where everybody wants to hide behind screens and nobody really wants to, whoop, this is a rogue drip. Nobody wants to like meet in person anymore. I've been finding it's been harder for me, you know, because I'll invite people out for lunch or something. I'll be like, hey, can we go get lunch? Let's meet face to face. Let's talk. Let me see your beautiful face. Because all we've been doing is talking on the phone or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, I'm just so busy with the kids or work or this or that. And I'm just like, it's starting to get a little frustrating because I'm like, I need some face to face time with people, you know? So if you all feel the same, you know, I wish we all lived closer together. We could all get together. You know, I know some people do get together for like Bible journaling, conferences or get-togethers, you know, crafting days. That would be fun. Okay, I'm gonna dry this layer real quick, and we're gonna add other colors. So I'm just gonna keep going, just adding layers. At least I will dry it at least a little bit. That's pretty already. I don't know if y'all can see the shimmer on there. Beautiful. Okay. Pretty. Okay. It's not completely dry, but we're going to add another color. So let's add this darker color. Ooh, look at that. Oof. Love it. So we're going to add some of this. And I love this watercolor because it's got like these little, I don't even know. They must put like little sparkly thingies in here or whatever, because we don't want that to be a big long road drip. Some, I don't know what they put in this watercolor, but there are definitely some sparkles or pieces in it. You can see it as it flows across the page. Okay, now I'm just gonna dab it in spots. Ooh. We do not want to spill the water, for sure. Do not want to spill the water. Okay, let's have some of these go down even more. Drip, 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 drip. Down the side here. I kind of want to leave these drips, make sure they keep going south. We want those drips to keep going south. Okay, I'm gonna dab a little bit of those up because we don't want it to go crazy. Okay, and I'm gonna do this side. You also, if you have a spray bottle, you can put your watercolor on and then spray it instead of constantly dipping into water. That's up to you as well. Okay, I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna have this go this way. Do some drips this way, down the page like so, and then, okay, then we're gonna turn this whole thing over and go from the bottom. Same thing. I am making a mess, y'all. We shall see how this turns out. Y'all know, I'm always afraid. I'm like, oh, it's looking like a hot mess. I would love watching other people do their pages, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, they make it look so easy, and oh, it's working for them, you know, whatever they do works for them, and then I try it, and it's like, no, not working so well, not doing what I wanted to do. But actually, this is working. Let's do that. And I'm just gonna like kind of bring some of this out. Bring some of this out. I'm gonna take some of this color now and just kind of swirl it because I don't want all this to be white. So I'm gonna add just some color to the middle a little bit so it's not like this white paper. Okay. Whew, it is looking like a hot mess right now. Okay, clean that, put that in the middle so y'all can see it, and let's dry that. What other colors should we use? Oh, I do want to... She's got like blondish coppery hair. I'm wondering if A little bit of this color. Ooh, yeah, that copper color is beautiful. I'm just gonna put it in certain spots. Just give it a little bit more really good sparkle here. Grab some more water. So just keep going in and adding color until you get the look you want. And don't ask me what look I'm looking for. I don't know. But I do want this color, love this. So I'm gonna add some of that. The top here. Let's add some. Okay, let's try this. Look at that. Ooh, love it. Yeah, that coppery color is really pretty. So let me see. Maybe some lavender. Oh, well, we'll put lavender on with our stencils and stuff. Okay, so we're almost there. Pretty colors. Ooh. Love this combo. But yeah, that's kind of my fear of society nowadays, is people don't ever want to like actually get together anymore, face to face. People don't know how to socialize anymore. I kind of wish we can go back in time and go sit on a front porch with people and talk. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I got some napkin on my brush. Okay, I'm going to use this last gold right here. Let's see. I'm going to edge this with this gold. If you have gold leaf or gold paste or gold paint, I'm just using the gold watercolor. It's like it's probably not even, it's more coppery than gold maybe. I don't know. Or it's more of a yellow. I don't know. Maybe it is gold. I just like it. I'm afraid to look on the other side because I know I'm making a mess through the paper probably, but I mean, I'm doing so many layers here and I'm running off the page. So, ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just that edging. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and let's see if I can, ooh, yeah. Do a few little splatters, because you know, that's always fun. Okay, I'm afraid to see the other side. Oh, no, not bad. I don't think I got anything on the other side so far. Okay, I know I have a gold pen somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So I'm going to, actually, I gotta wait a minute. It's still wet. I'm gonna underline our verse in gold. Now, if you guys are doing this ahead of time, or, you know, if I did this ahead of time, I probably would have done this and let it just dry, because I really want this to be completely dry before I start gluing my everything on here. You know what? And some of these spots on, I want to make sure that I color in all of these white spots on my napkin. I just want to make sure it stands out. So I'm going to go in and make sure that all these little extra pieces here are colored in. I'm just going in with the lightest color, that champagne color. That's pretty good. Okay, look at that texture. Ooh, beautiful. And the shimmer and shine. Oh, look at the other side. Nothing. Woohoo! Wow, I'm shocked. I thought I was like seeping it behind the page. Okay, let's get in there. And I'm using the gold and the shimmer and shine because it says here, it's a blessing from the Lord. And so I like the gold and the shimmer. That kind of, to me, signifies like present or like a gift or something like, you know, shiny. I'm a girl. Something shiny means like, woo, it's something special, you know? And if when we're in unity, we can do so much together in unity versus individually. And that's kind of another thing, that it's good to have friends because you need people in your life, and sometimes, you know, you need help, and it's good to ask for help sometimes. And I've been kind of learning that, especially this year. So see how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. That's the verse I'm focusing on, but I'm actually focusing on the whole psalm. What is this psalm? Yes. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to bracket off the whole psalm, but that verse. This is a great pen, y'all. I don't even know where I got this. What is this? Just a Pilot G2. They have silver and gold, and I think even copper, but I got a set of silver and gold ones, and they are so smooth and they write perfectly. And I think I got these at like Office Max or something. So go check it out. Easy peasy. Great pen. So I'm going to move that. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to clean this off real quick and move this water because I just know I'm going to make a mess. So I have this little stencil. I'm going to go in with this Victorian velvet because it's literally the color of her dress. It was perfect. So I'm going to go in and we're going to just do a little bit of stenciling. So hopefully that's why this has to be dry, because otherwise it probably won't work as well. So I'm going to just kind of go in and do some stenciling, and hopefully it'll show up at least a little bit. Let's see. Yep. And I don't want it to be so straight, so I'm gonna just add, you know, a couple little things here or there. Let's do some up here. Pretty. Ooh, love that. Look at that. Ooh, it's coming out better than I thought it would. That's always fun. It's always fun when it comes out better than you think. I mean, I don't even know what I thought. I just, you know, I'm like, well, let's see what the stencils look like. Ooh, so cute. Let's just do just a couple up here. Let's see what that one looks like. Okay, I want it to kind of come down just a tad right there. Yeah. Okay, so there's our stenciling. Easy, super easy. So grab any stencils you have and any ink. Doesn't have to be Distress Oxide or anything, so we're not going to put water on it or anything. So it could be any kind of ink. And I just wipe my stencil off. Leave that to the side. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I was kind of goofing around a little. I have Seedless Preserves and, oh, I didn't grab it. Dusty Concord ink. Seedless Preserves, Dusty Concord. And I'm kind of mixing these colors. So I grabbed some texture paste. This is my Light and Fluffy modeling paste. Grabbed my, whatever this is, palette knife. Grab some paste. I'm going to start off with a little. Oh, my plastic is getting, and everyone says to put plastic on it because it keeps it, And you're supposed to probably stick it in there like over the paste. I'm gonna have to get another piece of plastic. Yeah, I'll do that afterwards. We'll just leave that out. So it keeps it moist so it doesn't dry out. At least that's what I was told. So we shall see. So what I'm doing now, let me move this a little bit, is I am mixing the what is this one? Seedless Preserves ink with my paste. And I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the purple because I want this, I want it kind of like a mix between those two colors, I guess. So I don't want it too pink and not too purpley, if that makes sense. So we're going to do like a little bit of both. And hopefully we'll get like a cool color. I mean, you just kind of fool with it until you get what you want or looking for. And I actually kind of like those streaks in it. So we're going to use that. And so I'm going to use this part of the stencil right here. Just this little part. Where do we want these stencils to go? Maybe coming out here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. It kind of came out. Oops, let me grab. Now, if it messes up like this, where it like goes under your stencil, you can always go in and just look at, clean it off. Here, let me grab a paper towel. You can kind of go in and just fix it. Because sometimes I find my paste, if I'm pushing too hard or if I have these lumps, it'll kind of go through and mess up a little. So just go in and clean it up. Okay, and then make sure, see how it pressed through the back side. So I'm gonna make sure I clean that up and clean this part up as much as possible before my next go through, because I don't want it to mess up again. Okay, so let's do one like right here maybe. I got some clumps here. Oh, it's kind of just, oh, got a piece of my, that's why that didn't go through, but that's okay. I just want this to be just like a hint of something anyways, so it's working out. Okay, I'm gonna do, let me see, clean this off as best as possible, and then I have to get this in a sink, because whenever you use texture paste, you want to get this in a sink right away, because it will dry onto your stencil and it could potentially ruin your stencils. So just want to make sure I'm getting that kind of cleaned off. Let me grab a little bit more texture paste without getting any color in there. Whoops, which I did. I know I probably shouldn't be using this same palette knife, but okay. This ink's drying up. It's been sitting here for a little bit. But I'm gonna try to use what I got before, because I don't want to have to redo it. Okay, that's probably why I'm having a harder time. It's a little dry. I don't know. Let me see. They're gonna go down here. So let's put some up here. We'll put some up here. And where else? Maybe just a little bit right here. Yeah, this texture paste is getting dry. There we go. Okay, and let me fix this one right here. Okay. I think that's good for now. For now. Okay, let me run this to the sink real quick. I'm just gonna throw this in the sink. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna throw this in the sink because this is getting dry. And this. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's dry this. I love it. Love these stencils, love the texture paste. The shimmer and shine, the little splatters. So yeah, you just add, you can add whatever you want. Layer after layer after layer, but I love this tissue paper. Oh, and it feels so good. Like it's that texture, it gives you a texture to your page. Okay, well, we'll let that stuff dry. So in the meantime, let's figure out where we're gonna put these girls. Maybe like right about there. And where did my, there we go, a little title here. Okay, let's grab my glue. Yeah, it'd be great if we could all get together. I know I've talked about it before, and I've seen people travel across, the country or whatever when they're traveling, and they, text people in whatever city they're in, and they're like, "Hey, are you on our Facebook group? Let's all meet up." And that would be kind of cool, meeting with people from Facebook group, or meeting any of you all from who watch me. You all can put like what city you're in down below in the description, and if I'm ever in that city, I could put a text out or on YouTube or whatever and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in your city at this time or these dates. Maybe we can all get together and we can all have like a Bible journaling day together." That would be fun. Because I really do need more girlfriends. My husband's great and all, but there's nothing beats girls. Life is better with friends. It for sure is. And we're dealing in unity. So my last thing I'm going to do is I do have these little stickers that I've had forever. And I'm just going to write unity across. And where do I want U-N-I-T-Y? I'm going to try to center it there. I'm going to do a capital U to start off with. Hopefully it'll stick on this. Well, we'll get it to stick. U-N. I. Oop, this eye's going to go right on that texture paste. Hopefully it'll hold. Get the little dot. I need to get those what is that all you ladies use? Tweezers. I need to get like a craft tweezers to stick all these stickers on for it. So my big old fingers. Unity. It's not very centered, but I guess I can move them over a little bit. Or maybe I can do an exclamation point. Unity, exclamation point. Because imagine what we all can do when we all lift each other up, especially as women. We seem to tear each other down a lot. And, you know, imagine if we all lifted each other up and just be unified. Wow. And just really help each other. We're all going through crap, you know. We all go through stuff, and we just gotta like be gracious with each other, you know. We're all human. We all grow and learn. I'm definitely a different person than when I was like 20 years ago. Yeah. Well, there we go. And maybe I might even put the date here. Let's see. What is the date? Today is, let me look at the calendar. Well, it's almost Thanksgiving. So we are at, what are we at here? 23rd, I think. So do I have, these are so big though. I might do littler stickers because those are going to be too big. Yeah, these are too big for me. Because I don't want it to take up all that space. I'll just do like little stickers here. Okay, we'll figure it out later. But always date your pages, y'all, because you're definitely going to want to look back and remember. But here's our page, and it's still a little damp. Let me check the other side. Look at that. Oh, wait, no, wrong side. Oh, yeah, see, you can still see it's a little damp here. So I got to let this dry a little bit more. I'm going to probably dry it. I'll let it sit out. Once it's dry, like this part's dry, you can hear it. Hear that? Oh, and then when you feel it, you got this like really cool textural feel to this page. So thanks, Diane, for the inspiration. I did my page completely different than yours, I'm pretty sure. But hey, that doesn't matter. So let's bring this up. I don't know if you can see all the shimmer, y'all, in the light. Look at that. Love that. So here's the top up close. You got the texture paste, you got the stenciling, just fades into the background. But we're all about unity. Life is better with friends. If you are all having difficulty finding girlfriends, just keep at it. Pray to the Lord to help bring people into your life. I know I've done that over the years where I've prayed to the Lord to bring godly people into my life, or, you know, new girlfriends or whatever it may be. And he has answered that prayer. And I think I need to start praying that again, because I feel that lately everyone's been just so busy, and it's hard to get together with friends, and it's hard to establish really good friendships. Like, oh, y'all. So I was watching, this is a total aside, and you know, it's probably not biblical. Well, it isn't biblical. It's not a biblical show, but on Netflix, I binged watched Dead to Me. And y'all, if you have not seen it, it's a beautiful, beautiful story in a sense. I mean, murder happens and a whole bunch of crazy things happen, but it's a beautiful story of how, of the friendship between two women. And it's a beautiful story about forgiveness. And I mean, the things that these two forgave each other for, and then they still became like this they became, dare I say it, almost like lovers, not lovers, but so close. They had such a sisterly bond. It was incredible. And I was watching the show, and it just, the third season came out on Netflix just recently. And so I binged watched it in like 2 days, and I was like crying my eyes out at the end, because I was like, it was just such a beautiful picture of that girlfriend friendship. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss that. I want that. And that's kind of what really this page meant to me. Is it's something I'm yearning for, a really, really tight friendship like that. And then I as another aside, I read what was going on with Christina Applegate. She's one of the actresses in Dead to Me, the Netflix show. And she battled breast cancer, and now she's battling MS. And they said she couldn't only work for like 5 hours a day, and she's walking with a cane right now. And she's going through some incredible, incredible struggles and obstacles, and being so gracious about it. And so I read up on her story. And again, that was just another thing that had me bawling my eyes out after I was watching this series. I was like, oh my gosh. So if any of you have any extra time, or, you know, like if you're sick and in bed, that might be a show that you might want to watch. Trust me, the third season, once you get to the third season, I was just, there were episodes where I was cracking up, rolling on the floor, and then there's episodes where I was crying my eyes out. So, you know, when a show can do that for me, then I know that, wow, it really touched me in some way, because it really takes a lot for me to like react that way to a show. So anyways, neither here nor there, not biblical, but it's a really beautiful display of two women, their friendship and forgiveness, and just the way they interacted with each other was hilarious. I just loved it. And so actually, it was by watching that show that prompted me to do a page on like sisterly friends and unity and binding together. And it kind of made me really start thinking about like, Lord, I really do want that deep of a friendship in my life. So I pray that for all of you, that you get those kind of deep connections, deep friendships. I know I don't have it through my family too much. So, like, you know, my extended family. So, you know, sometimes if your family doesn't have those deep connections, you can find them in other ways, through other people, friendships, you know, neighbors, whatever it may be. So anyways, y'all, I hope you all have a very blessed, well, this will probably come out after Thanksgiving. So I hope your Thanksgiving was great and blessed, and you had a great time with family and friends. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.